Om Paraya Namaha. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Mantra number 4. This is another very famous mantra. Vedanta Vijnana Sunishitarthaha Sanyasa Yogat Yataya Shuddha Satta Sattvaha Te Brahma Loke Tu Para Anta Kale Paramritat Parimuchyanti Sarve Daharam Vipapam Paramesha Bhutam Yadantara. I will not continue. In this Upanishad, up to that it is there. So the thing is, first I will tell you the meaning. Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitartha. Those who have come to ascertain clearly the deeper imports of the knowledge of the Upanishads or Vedanta. Then Sannyasa Yoga, beautiful word, Sannyasa Yoga. This is Sannyasa Yoga is roughly meanings through renunciation. I will explain it. Then Yatayaha is Prathama Purusha, Bahuvachan. Muni, Munayaha. Many sannyasis here, self-controlled sages, Shuddha Sattvaha. This is also the adjective of Yatayahar. So, pure in mind, those who are pure in mind, Te means they, Brahmalokeshu. So, it's in the locative case, Saptami, Bahuvachan. In the regions of Brahmaji, Parantakale, Para Antakale, at the time of the final end, Para Amritat, due to highest immortality. Pari Muchyanti, get freed, survey all. Those who are pure in mind, not only pure in mind, having pure in mind, who are striving through the path of renunciation, they come to ascertain clearly the deeper imports of the knowledge, which is the theme of the Upanishads, Vedanta Vijnana Sunischitartha, Sannyasa Yoga Yataya Suddha Sattva. They, in the end, gain the world of Brahmaji, te paranta kale brahmalokeshu. Then gain the world of Brahmaji and liberating themselves from everything, gain the highest immortality. Parimuchanti sarve. Paranta kale parimuchanti sarve. Now, Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitartha. Clear. Suppose we love gulab jam or rasgulla, but if the juice of gulab jamun or the juice of the rasgulla drops in your clothes, do you like it? Because we need the sar vastu, the gist, and in the proper place also. Otherwise, it makes everything dirty. Likewise, apart from Brahman, apart from truth, absolute reality, whatever comes, that makes our mind dirty. Clear? Those who doesn't have attachment, passion for anything else, but only pure love for everyone, जिनका कर्म विचार और विवेक के द्वारा जांच हुआ है और जिनका मन से इच्छा और अनिच्छा की द्वंद्व चला गया, his antakaran is shuddha antakaran, and in that shuddha antakaran knowledge takes place. Clear? Now the thing is, this mantra is identical to one from the Mundaka Upanishad. I will tell you the mantra. Just a minute. Mundaka 7, 3. Yes, in Mundaka Upanishad also, the same mantra is there. Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitarthaha Sannyasa Yogat Yataya Shuddha Sattvaha Te Brahmalokeshu Paranta Kale Paramritaha. parimucchanti sarve. The same mantra revives 3.2.6 Mundaka Upanishad. So those who are sadhaka, mumukshu, seekers, when they have relatively quietened their agitation of their minds, become more and more receptive to the subtler truth that is indicated in the declaration of the scriptures. A mind which is fully agitated in our, according to our Shastra or scripture, that agitated mind is called Ashuddha Mana, impure mind. The steady mind, the agitationless mind, and the alert mind is called pure mind, Shuddha Mana, which is agitationless, doubtless, always alert, always conscious, steady in the decision, is pure mind. The mind is always agitated, always doubtful. They don't believe themselves also. They don't know what they will do. And they impose their impurity to others. That is called impure mind. Impure mind is not fit for the spiritual life. They have to work out first. Truth is far away from them. Maybe they are very much knowledgeable, always studying or studied a lot, Facebook, WhatsApp, other things. Quotation is always by heart here. And if you tell them anything else, that I know, I already know. I have read it, they have gone through the quotation, but quotations did not go through them. Because in impure mind, knowledge doesn't take place. So for that, we have to do a lot of spiritual practices, lot. Repetition of mantra. You have to listen to your guru, to your teacher, and you have to be too much obedient without any question. Whatever he will do it. You have to do like a kindergarten boys, like an army. Then after having gained this pure mind, we are ready to receive this very subtle knowledge which will abide in me, abide in us. So, in order to penetrate into the deeper depths of the spiritual significances in the scriptural texts, it is unavoidable that one should have a certain amount of mental serenity. Undivided devotion, upasana, is the technique by which this inner purity is cultivated. Antakarana Shuddhi. How it will be? Through devotion. And how? Undivided, means it will be continuous every day and night, every day, regularly. In order to make the mind steady, the wanderings of the mind are to be controlled. The mind wanders only towards things and situation and the bad past to which it has developed clinging attachments. To detach our mind from such objects is called sannyasa. Someone asked me yesterday, what is sannyasa? To detach our mind from such objects is called sannyasa. A householder can be verily a sannyasi, wearing common clothes. Sannyasa is a special process of thought. It's a thinking process, a mental state. Sannyasa is the supreme state of mind. Again, we in our identification with our body, mind, intellect, then project ourselves into the world of objects, emotions, and thoughts, and thus open our minds to a psychological climate of withering storms and disturbances. To detach ourselves from our identifications with the matter vehicles in us is the secret of increasing our purposeful mental serenity. Clear? To renounce our attachments to the sense objects and thus come to control the reception of stimuli from the world outside is true renunciation or sannyasa. So what is the definition of sannyasa? First I told, now this is the second one. To renounce our attachments to the sense objects and thus come to control the perception of stimuli from the world outside is true renunciation. This attitude of renunciation becomes impossible for many because a mind cannot remain without attaching itself to something or the other. In order to release the mind from the agitation breeding preoccupations with the world of objects, it must be given another point of attention, means lakshya. Attuning the mind with the concept of the highest reality and thus heaving the mind from the world of dispassion or dissipation is called yoga. Heaving the mind from the world of dissipation is called yoga. Yoga has come from the verbal root yuj, to join. Sannyasa means detachment. So see the beautiful word, sannyasa yoga. Detachment through attachment. Detachment through attachment. Our Gurudev finished his 7-day discourse, but one lady could not attend that whole discourses. He came to prostrate our Gurudev, but on that time he was in hurry. He had to catch the flight. So he was just getting into the car, but the lady started crying. Swamiji, I could not listen to your discourses. You don't know my house condition. You don't know my in-laws. Please teach me at least one word for my whole life. What our Pujya Gurudev told, attach and detach. Attach to the Supreme, detach from the lower things. Sannyasa yoga. See the how beautiful word has been coined in this Upanishad. Through this practice, attaching our attention to the higher and thereby gaining detachment from the lower, when the seekers develop their inner purity, the mind grows richer in its receptivity, alertness, comprehensions, and in its power of apprehension. Such trained minds become fit for plunging into the study of the scriptures. The Upanishads are appended to the various Vedas at their close, and therefore that literature is called Vedanta. The Vedanta literature not only explains to us theoretically the knowledge of the reality, it's not a theoretical knowledge, but it explains to us various techniques by which it can become a subjective knowledge of vivid experience. This is called Vijnana, Vishesha Rupena Jnana. Thus, the study of the scriptures in itself is never complete until the theoretical knowledge discussed therein becomes our subjective experience. Then alone the true meaning, artha, of the scriptural declarations become fully apprehended and firmly rooted. This is called Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitam Artha. Clear? Okay, up to that. Then again another question started. Harihi Om Tat Sat.